What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Hieratic Guardragon deck profile. A lot of the people that have been watching the channel since the very beginning, y'all know that I've always loved Hieratics. Even when Dark Matter Hieratics was around, I was playing it, the Dragon Ruler Hieratics, you know, Dragoonity Hieratics. I played around with Hieratics, and now that we got the Guard Dragons, I'm able to play it again. And let's jump into this deck profile and let's see what we've been playing with. To start things off, we're running 3 Hieratic Dragon of Sue. Sue is just, you know, you special summon over top of another Hieratic, be able to get that Hieratic effect. All the Hieratics have that. But also too, you know, you tribute a Hieratic, pop a back row, and just keep going on from there. We got the Cyber Dragon for the Hieratics, you know, the Hieratic Dragon. Tefnuit. Tefnuit is, you know, just special summon her out there, get the Sue over top of it, or get the S-Set, whatever you need to do, get your plays going from there. We're also running 3 Hieratic Dragon. This set just helps to modulate the levels. He also can be normal summoned without a tribute, but he just drops his attack points down to 1,000. So that's very useful to you for some of the plays you want to play with. And we're also running Hieratic Dragon of Natut. This guy is very, very crucial to your combos for this deck. To be able to get, you know, him targeted. Anytime he's targeted, you're able to special summon a normal monster from the deck, and that's how you get a lot of your plays going for this deck. You know, either be to your Guard Dragons to target him, or your Destrudo, things of that nature. Anything that targets him, he's gonna get the effect to pop off, and he's gonna start special summoning some normal monsters out there for you. And that's it for Hieratics. For our Guard Dragons, we're running 1 World Chalice Guard Dragon. We want to run 1 of him. We're just trying him out to see how he does. We might bump him up depending on how he does, because he is a hand trap for your link monsters, so that's very useful. And if he's in the graveyard, normal monster goes to the graveyard, gets special summon, are very useful. We're running 3 of our Guard Dragon, Gurney. This guy is very useful. I like his effect a lot. The fact is, if a normal monster is sent to the graveyard, and that's just in any way sent to the graveyard, either you detach it from a cost, if you send it from the deck, you know, if you send it from the field, hand, whatever, he gets a special summon itself. Also too, you can also get him back to hand from the graveyard by sending one of your normal monsters to the graveyard. So that's very useful. He's going to be able to keep recurring himself, so I like that a lot. We're also running 3 of our Guard Dragon Prometheus. This guy is very good. He's able to help to target, if he targets any one of your, while he's in the hand, if he targets any one of your dragon monsters, you can send him to the graveyard, and it gives that dragon monster 500 attack point boost. That's very good. Also too, if your Prometheus is in the graveyard and a normal monster sent to the graveyard, he's able to special summon himself. A lot of the plays that I like to do is, let's say you have a normal monster out there, you use it as a link material. This guy's in the graveyard, he'll special summon back, and he's gonna help you go into another link. That's very, very useful for a lot of the plays that you want to play into. I'm also trying out 2 of the Guard Dragon Justia. I just like her the fact that she's a 2100 defense monster. On top of that, it's a tuner and a normal monster, so that helps out with a lot of your plays and helps out with going into some of the link plays that you want to do. You could also change this out to Galaxy Serpent, also a very good card too. I'm also running 1 Whitetail Dragon. This is very useful. This is a level 6 monster that can help you to either go into your XYZ plays or into your synchro plays. The reason why I say that is he's going to be the level 6 that you need. A lot of times it comes off of the Hieratics. He's just going to be a free body on board, so it's going to help you go into a lot of your plays. We're also running 2 Destrudo. We're running 2 Destrudo because we do want to see it. We don't run 3 because 3 is a little too much, a little too cloggy. But 2 is just enough. We won't be able to get it either in the graveyard or in the hand. That way we can get our combo play pop off, you know, and helps also too when you hit one of your level 4s, be able to make this thing a level 3. Helps you go into more of your link plays. Very useful. And lastly, for the monsters, we're running one Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, because Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon in this deck is so stupidly busted. I hope the Guard Dragons don't bust it too much and get him banned. But that is it for our monsters. For our spell cards, we're running 3 Hieratic Dragon Seal of Convocation. This is the rotor for this deck. It helps you to get any of your Hieratics that you want, any of them, all the way from 6 all the way down. Very useful, very, very good for the deck. Helps the deck start getting its plays going. We're also running 1 Terraforming and 3 Dragon Shrine. This is to be able to make sure we get our graveyard set up. We want to be able to pitch off one of our dragons that we're not using at the time, and to be able to start getting either a Destrudo in the graveyard, our Guard Dragons in the graveyard, things like that, that we can start setting up the plays and start getting our links going the way we want to. We're also running 1 Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish Burial. This once again is just like our Dragon Ravine. We want to be able to get the graveyard set up as fast as possible. We want to be able to get our hands set up the way we can get them, and that way we can start going to our link plays. We're also running 1 of the new World Legacy Guardragon. This card is a very useful card. The fact that it can help you to move positions for your link monsters. Also too, the fact is when you play it, you first play it, to be able to grab one of your level 4 or lower monsters that are dragons and be able to special summon that back, and that can help you extend your plays into some of your link plays as well. We're also running 1 Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is just good. You won't be able to bring back these crazy monsters wherever you need to, and be able to, you know, push as much damage on your opponent as possible. And lastly, for the spells, we're running 3 Called by the Grave, because we do not want to be hindered by any hand traps. You do not want to be slowed down by any hand traps. This deck is, you know, you want to be able to set up a board that is hard for your opponent to get over. This deck can easily OTK your opponent, but at the same time it can easily set up a board that can make sure that your opponent can't get over unless they just start cracking it with kaijus, things like that. But other than that, this deck is very hard to get over. It has both defense and offense. Very, very good. And for the traps, we're running 1 Guardragon Cataclysm. This card, you know, is pretty much an Icarus attack for dragons. And the reason why I decided to play this card, even though it's a trap and it's slower, is if you do have one of your Hieratics, the higher level Hieratics, 5 to 6, if they're on the field, you tribute it off, you're able to special summon a normal monster, and that could be very crucial. You know, your opponent starts going off on you, they start getting 2 or 3 monsters out there. If you can hit them at the right time with this card to tribute one of your Hieratics off and still get a play to set up for the next turn, or a body just in general, is very, very good. And that is it for our main deck. For our extra deck, we're running the 1 Red Hot Dragon Archfiend. This card is, you know, so easy to bring out in this deck just because of the Guard Dragon link monsters. It's not something you really want to link it, synchro into, but you can do it in this deck, and it can be done very easily. We're also running 1 Azurai Silver Dragon. This is once again another card that you want to bring off of your link monsters. You're not going to have a way to really go into it through the deck, but to be able to special summon this off the link monsters is very, very good, and can help you to really set up and lock down your board, so your opponent's going to really have to work to get over those dragons. We're running 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Same thing, you want to be able to bring this out with your link monsters, but also too, this deck can go into this. You know, there's going to be times that your opponent's going to go through those link monsters or make you go through them, and you're going to be able to have the access to be able to go into this card and be able to still be able to play the game. Also too, we're running 1 of the new Borlo Savage Dragon. This card is really, really good. You know, most cover cards that come out with a set are not that good. This guy, once you do all your link plays and get, you know, your link monsters that you want into the graveyard, whether it be a link 4 or link 3, this guy, to be able to bring that back and be able to get a automatic negate, even if they blow that card off, you still gonna get those negates because it happened on the summon. It's very, very good. I'm also running 1 Red Wyvern. I'm running Red Wyvern over, what is it? Stardust Charge Warrior. I like the draw of Stardust Charge Warrior, but whenever the guard dragons are on the field, it makes it so that you can only summon dragons. And so the extra deck is basically built around dragons, so that no matter what, you can still get a monster on board and not be locked out by the conditions. So we end up going into a red wyvern if push comes to shove, and that way we can still go into our Borlo Savage Dragon or our Crystal Ring Synchro Dragon without any, side effects of, being hindered by the card effects. We're also running 2 Hieratic Dragon King of Tefnut. Hieratic Dragon King of Tefnut, the way the deck is built and set up, you are able to go into your link plays either off of this or off of your low level 4 Hieratic. Either way, you'll be able to reshift your plays depending on what hands you got at the time to be able to make sure you get the plays you want. But the fact is that this card be able to special summon out of the deck helps out a lot and helps you get a lot of your plays going. We are running 1 Guard Dragon Elpie, 1 Guard Dragon Pixie, and 1 Guard Dragon Arpania. These 3 right here are very, very good cards for the dragon archetype just in general. LP is just to be able to make sure you can special summon either from the hand or from to the deck, and that helps you to get your red MD on the field and start getting all your crazy plays. As long as it's pointing towards another place. Like for instance, if you have them like this, they can special summon red MD here because they're both pointing to these 2 zones. Or if you have it so that one is here and it's pointing down that way, you're able to get into the zones. But that's what he's very good for. Very good. Guard Dragon Pixie is good for getting back from the banished pile and also from the graveyard. And that is very useful because I like the fact that once your Prominence gets banished, you can bring it back and still continue plays with that if you're pushed to that condition. And your Guard Dragon Arpania is good for getting those monsters out of extra deck, especially summon straight from the extra deck, and that's very, very useful. We're also running 1 Lamphonicus to set up our plays and get going with our plays, so he's very useful. The same thing with 1 Hippochin. This guy is good for giving us the boost that we need. Like I said, if you get it going, you can either just straight boost up all your Hieratics because they're all like monsters, get big boost, and just go for a big OTK push if you want to go that way. We're running 1 Triple Burst Dragon. Triple Burst Dragon is very good, especially in this day and age. A lot of people is underestimating this card, but for Dragons, this has always been a good card. He helps you to get the play set up the way you want to, and also too, if you bring him back, he's gonna have the right positions in the monster zone to help you be able to set up for your Guard Dragons. We're running 1 Sayuja Skull Dread. This guy's just good for making sure you get those clunky hands out of here. Also too, the fact that you can special summon from the hand and give those attack point boosts also helps to give you something to go for. Also too, once you go into this, it's crucial that you go into your Savage Dragon, and this can be for negate for your Salvage Dragon, so that's very good. And lastly, for the extra deck, we're running 1 Borlo Dragon because what's the point of having Savage and not having Borlo? You can switch this out if you have it for a Borlo Sword for the major OTK, but to me, for technical uses and getting around certain situations the way the game is played, this is more beneficial than just going for the major push. But that is it for the extra deck. For side deck options, we're running 2 Darkhold because, like I said, the deck is very good for OTK and it can get a big board up that can put up enough damage to just really wipe out your opponent. Clearing off those monsters really help for that. Same thing with Shared Ride. There's a lot of cards that search right now. Everything searches. And the fact is, if you hit your opponent at the right time and get the Shared Ride, you get the advantage that you need that can really put you in a position to win. Same thing, we want to make sure the back row is pushed off. If push comes to shove, we're going against the back row heavy deck. We got Triple Twin Twister. We also got our Sue. Very, very useful. Also too, we want to make sure those monster effects are not crazy. We got 2 Breakthrough Skill. If you have impermanence, this would be a good position to put it in. Very good. Same thing, with Thunder Dragons, things like that. We got our Dimensional Barrier. Dimensional Barrier is just going to be able to slow those crazy things down. That way they're not getting too crazy on you. We're running 2 evenly matched because like I said, there's so many boards that set up these crazy boards nowadays, and to be able to lock them out and knock all that stuff off is very, very good for you. And lastly, we're running 2 Witch's Strike. Witch's Strike is a card that not a lot of people are looking at right now, but I suggest you pick this card up. If you have the option to get this card, pick it up because it's going to be useful in the future. Also too, if you're going against things like Altergeist, things of that nature, they have cards that can, this card be used against, and very, very useful to stop those effects. Even Odd Eyes, this can stop Vortex, so that's very useful. After the effect activates, blow up your opponent's field and their hand. That's very, very crucial. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. Let us know what you think of the Hieratic Guardragons, and if you have any improvements, let us know in the comment section below. This is Emmanuel from Team DBZ Biscuit. We're out.